Hi everyone, thank you for switching to my channel. Welcome to Writer's Corner. My name is Rudrani, and once again I'd like to share one of my short stories with you all. And today's story is called A Postcard. And story, one of the main characters is Irish, but I'm afraid I really can't do an Irish accent, so please excuse me for not using one. And I hope you'll like this story. So here we go. A Postcard. It was 9 o'clock on a cold Friday morning in November. Sheila returned home after her morning walk, which had become a daily ritual come rain or shine. Feeling weary, she sat down in front of the warm blazing fire and began fueling up with a dose of caffeine. She stared melancholically into the flames. It would be one of those dull days again, she thought. Sheila and her husband James had twins, a son and a daughter, both 19 now. The house had been quiet ever since they left for university last September. A month later that same year, James celebrated his 50th birthday before taking early retirement. Since then, he spent several months of the year in India working with a charity organisation providing free medical care. He would then stay at an ashram for a while, which Sheila found a little odd. She never knew him to be a particularly religious or spiritual man. He would finally return home for a few months, namely to see the twins. James claimed that he had always wanted to do this, but had waited until the twins settled into university. His decision was final, and Sheila willingly accepted it. Deep down she was glad of it. His long absences were of little consequence to her. "He's neither use nor ornament," she often grumbled. Now she enjoyed the solitude, and this odd arrangement had brought her the freedom she had long craved for. After years of devoting her time and energy to her children, husband and home, it was now her chance to fulfill her dreams and pursue her hobbies. She looked around her, studying the framed photographs in the room. Where had all the years gone? She remembered her wedding. She was barely 21 when she married James, who was 8 years her senior. He was a family friend, and both their parents grew up together in Goa. She had hoped that their friendship would one day turn to love, but that day never came. Just then the letterbox flapped, interrupting her thoughts. Sheila checked the time. It was 10 o'clock. She knew it was the post. It was always at this hour. Tearing herself away from the warm fire and comfortable chair, she went to reach for the bundle of envelopes and leaflets, most of which were junk mail to be later discarded. Suddenly, she noticed, hidden amongst the pile, a postcard with picturesque scenes from Italy. Her heart began to pound. Her breathing grew rapid. She quickly turned to the writing on the card. She recognized it instantly. Her eyes widened with excitement. She felt the adrenaline rush through her body. Sheila read out the sender's name, Summer. The word was sweet nectar on her lips. Placing the rest of the post aside and with the card in hand, she retreated to the chair and fireplace. Sheila read the postcard 3-4 times, absorbing every detail. She closed her eyes and pictured his smiling face. She remembered his gentle touch, felt his warm breath on her skin. Sheila met Summer last year in Goa. She and James travelled there together, visiting relatives, before he left for his work, while she stayed back. Every morning Sheila would go into the main church in the heart of the town. Nearby the church was a quaint little cafe, and a few yards away were the modern luxury holiday cottages, in one of which Summer resided. Each morning on her way to and from church she would see him at the cafe, sipping hot coffee and reading a paper or magazine. He would look up as she walked past, and flirting with their eyes, they smiled at each other. But one morning as she passed the cafe, she noticed that he was not there. Eagerly her eyes searched around, but to no avail. Her heart sank, disappointed. She proceeded towards the church. "Looking for me?" said a deep, cheery voice. She looked up, startled. He stood at the church entrance, leaning against the wall with folded arms and wearing a charming smile on his even more charming face. She blushed, embarrassed by her transparency. She instinctively began to adjust her hair, struggling to make eye contact with him. No, no, sorry, Hi, I'm Summer. Pleased to meet you. He offered a handshake. Hello, Sheila. I'm Sheila. She returned the handshake, letting out a sigh of relief. Lovely church. I see you come here every day. Yes, it's beautiful and so peaceful. I come here every time I'm in Goa, she said, now feeling at ease. Right, nice. I'm guessing you're from England, from your accent, that is, he said. Yes, Manchester. Are you from Ireland? Yeah, Dublin. My mother's from there. She's Irish. And my father's from Mumbai. Anyway, shall we go in? Yes, of course, she replied. They sat and prayed together, so unlike strangers. They seemed more like lifelong friends, or could even have been mistaken for a married couple. Will you have some coffee with me? He offered, as they came out of the church. Come on, I know you want to, he said with a cheeky grin. Really? Yeah, we're not strangers now. We even went to church together. Oh, all right, go on then, she said, trying to act casual. It was the first time she was out with another man. They sat down at his usual table and he placed the order. Are you on holiday? Sorry, it's probably a silly question, she chided herself. No, it's not. I actually came here with my older brother. He's a doctor and he's gone to see a hospital that one of our uncles built in Mumbai. They're busy talking business and medical stuff. I'm staying in one of those cottages, he pointed to them. All right, she said, turning to them. Aren't you a doctor? What do you do, if you don't mind me asking? No, not at all. I'm a lawyer for a firm in Dublin. But in a few months I'll be moving to London and I'm going to be working there. Why are you moving to London? Oh, sorry, I don't mean to be nosy. That's okay. You know, bigger company, bigger salary, plus I get to travel on business and have fun too. And no more sardine class, it's business class all the way. They laughed. Their coffees arrived and sipping away continued their conversation. How about yourself? Holiday? He asked. Yes, something like that. What do you do, Sheila? Oh, I teach music, the violin. Ah, interesting, okay, he said, looking at her attentively. Sheila was unaccustomed to such attention. Her heart swelled with joy at his keen interest in her insignificant life. Yeah, I used to work in a school, but family life got so demanding that I stopped. I just gave private lessons. Flexible hours, you see. Plus, I can take time off whenever I want, as much as I want. And I've recently joined our local orchestra too. With the twins gone, I needed something to fill in the extra hours, she explained. He looked at her expectantly. Family? Twins? Yeah, she said. I actually came here with my husband and Oh, I didn't realize you were married, he said, glancing at her empty ring finger. She sensed his disappointment and felt deeply flattered. Slowly moving her left hand under the table, she muttered, Only legally. He gave her a knowing stare. As I was saying, she continued, he works for the charity Sight Rescuers. He's one of the surgeons there at the eye camps. So here I am holidaying alone. Right. Well, that's good of him. A noble cause. He looked into her eyes intently. He's a lucky man to have such a supportive wife. Try telling him that, she thought. There was an awkward pause. They sat in silence, sipping the last drops of their coffee, stealing glances in between. She secretly scrutinized him, his sharp, chiseled features, the thick, wavy locks so neatly trimmed and combed, his toned, flawless physique, and casual yet smart attire. It was obvious that he took pride in his appearance, but without vanity. I wonder how old he is. I wonder what he really thinks of me. What are you thinking? He asked, breaking the silence. Oh, nothing much. She paused for a moment. So you're here alone then? If you mean, am I married, then the answer's no. But I was engaged once, many years ago. But, well, instead, she preferred my best friend, or at least I thought he was. Oh, she doesn't know what she's missing, she blurted. Oh no, what have I just said? He smiled at her affectionately. No, she doesn't, he replied and gave her a wink. That was the beginning of their beautiful friendship. They talked about their lives and families. They shared their innermost thoughts and secrets. Summer had a passion for travel, something Sheila longed to do more of. He told her of his adventures, talked of all the places he had visited and the people he had met. Over the next 3 months they travelled together around various parts of India, most of which were very familiar to him. They shared so much in common: a love for books, music, and theatre, a liking for handwritten letters and postcards, a passion for travel, and even the same star sign, which Sheila put down to fate. Summer was so unlike her husband in every way. Not only was he younger and extremely handsome, but also vivacious and exciting, sensitive and non-judgmental. He was a breath of fresh air in her stale life. Sheila thought of James, who was neither handsome nor ugly, a man so unemotional and reserved, a man of few words, an idealist who saw the world only in black and white. Why was he not like Summer? If only she could be with Summer. After the new year, Sheila and Summer's idyllic holiday ended. He settled into his new job and new home, while she returned to her old life. James came home over the summer for 3 months as planned, and with the twins being on their summer break, the family was together. Sheila looked at the card again and read, "Back in 5 days." A simple postcard had brought back so many memories, reignited so many feelings and emotions. "Come with me, we'll travel the world. I'll take you wherever you want to go," Summer once said. He understood her, knew her more in the few months than her husband did in the many years of their marriage. James was a devoted son, a doting father, and a gifted surgeon, but in Sheila's eyes he had failed to love her the way a wife should be loved. She secretly wished he would find another, someone he could truly love, and set them both free, set her free. Recalling Summer's last words, "I'll wait for you," she placed the card in her special box, along with the other postcards and letters he had sent her. "Back in 5 days," she read again. Perhaps it was time for her to set herself free. She slowly closed the box. The end. Thank you for listening. I hope you liked it. Please click like, even if you didn't. Please click like and share. Force it on anyone you know. And subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thank you for watching and for listening, and hope to see you again. Bye.